Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JLeesCorner, and this is a review for Teen Mom 2, Season 10, Episode 2. Y'all like the first episode I did review, so I'm back again, okay? Y'all already know first things first. If you have not done so already, please come on to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird. Dun, 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 and all that goodness and stuff. Okay, y'all already know. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Okay, we have to get ready to breathe. We're gonna breathe it on out. Okay, y'all ready to inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay? And remember to relax, to relate, to release, and center yourself and anyone around you. You can also follow me on IG. Did I already say that? Follow me on Twitter or IG at J_Lees_Corner. If I did not, I repeated it, but it's fine. First things first. Okay, y'all know some things just to be a little bit boring. Introducing Chelsea. Okay, I still feel like Chelsea's very, very boring. It's not good or bad. It's just what it is. Okay, I also feel like I want her to get better makeup. Why does she look so orange, pale? Like, how was pale and orange the same color? Maybe it's the camera angle. I'm not sure. I love her eyebrows, but I mean her color looks. It looked really weird on camera. But I digress. Okay, so she has a new item for her clothing items. She had 2 flannels, okay, and now she has a leather jacket. Okay, it is a vegan leather jacket. It's cute, but it's like, any other jacket that's on there. I mean, it's cute. It's not made for plus size people, so I mean, I don't care that much. Her red beanie is cute. She's been wearing a beanie her whole life. But again, kudos to her for having another piece of clothing or whatever. She's like, because my anxiety, and me just feeling so overwhelmed, I feel like I have more stuff to look forward to now. I'm more confident now because I'm, not just only focused on being a mom. I've been saying this since season 1. Find something to do outside of just being at home with your children, and maybe that way you wouldn't feel so anxious and have all this anxiety as if all you have to do is take care of your own children. But I mean, it was what it was. So she gets home and she tells Cole, his name is Cole, and she tells Cole that Aubrey said that she does not want to go over her grandparents' house this time. And so at first I think she wanted Aubrey to tell her, and I'm like, you the mama? Call them grandma or whatever. So she sent the grandma a text like, no, I don't want to come. Okay, that's fine. Whatever you text from grandma. And grandma said, was there anything I should know that's going on? And she's like, no, she does not want to come. So we then see she goes to meet with her dad and her stepmom for dinner. And so she tells them, Aubrey didn't want to go over there or whatever. So we told Grandma Donna and whatnot. Is her name Grandma Donna? I assume so. And the grandma then, I guess, either called or texted back or whatever, saying how she had something for Aubrey and, she wanted to stop by and give it to her. Chelsea told the little girl, let her know that, not to, but either not to win here or whatever she said, let her know, no. And grandma came by anyway, so they weren't there. And so she saw her camera, like the ring light or whatever, how grandma stopped by. And I texted her and said, like, we're not there. It was so weird. I don't get what's going on. Girl, look. You can't be having all this anxiety about being a mom and, always have to be a mom, but then not want to accept help from the birth father's mama who just wants to be involved in their grandchild's life. Now, does Aubrey have to visit with her grandparents? No. Okay, I feel like children should only have to be forced to spend time with their other parents, like if the other parent has like custody or whatever. But like visitations, they can say like, I don't really want to do that. Like grandma and grandpa is cool or whatnot, but I want to hang with you and my siblings and I get that, okay? Because it's the grandparent, you know what I'm saying? And it's fine or whatever. But the way that Chelsea makes it seem as if, oh my God, like it's such a big thing. Do I have to go back to court? calm the fuck down. Like, it's okay. Let it be that or whatnot. Okay, we then have Leah. Leah, who's also partly boring sometime or whatever. Leah reminds me if she was Wednesday Addams, but with some spunk. That's what she gives me in this picture right now. Wednesday Addams from the Addams family with some spunk. Okay, if they put a little bit of sugar and spice into Wednesday Addams, this little pinch of it or whatever, it would be Leah. So, it was funny seeing the youngest daughter singing about me. Cow is good, pig is good, because Leah does not eat meat. And the daughter like, meat is good, mama. You don't know what you missing or whatnot. So we do see Leah. She calls Corey to have a little conversation about what Jeremy said when he poked his ass in their business or whatever. She let Corey she let Corey know that what Jeremy said, had nothing to do with her. You know what I'm saying? And it's clear that you are good parents, okay? But, going forward, Allie would like for you to come to her appointments. So he does let her, I was only upset because I felt like I didn't have a chance to, give a rebuttal, to say that, hey, I'm not a deadbeat daddy. I think everyone is aware that if anyone my lipstick is a little bit off, that if anyone is a deadbeat, is more Jeremy than it is Corey. Okay, I think we all know that. So, but I still get Corey wanting to make sure that fact was known to everyone or whatever. He say, but going forward, I will be coming to this next visit she has coming up or whatever. And then I'm going to use my last 2 vacation days to do this because the doctor's office is in Ohio, I believe, and they stay somewhere down south or whatever. So again, he gonna use his last 2 vacation days of the year to make it this appointment or whatever. So they go. Leah's there. Baby girl Allie is there. You know what I'm saying? Corey goes. His daddy goes as well. You know what I'm saying? He chit-chatting with the little girl on FaceTime before the appointment. They all go to the appointment and everything. She's fine. They bring up how she's stronger and her upper body with her arms, her legs are still strong, but she can't walk like a duck. Or was it a frog? Some animal. So, but she can still walk around. They're going to get her a bigger wheelchair because she's getting older. And they as they've been saying every year, all the time, the more she uses her wheelchair during school time and, other things or whatever, the more energy she'll have, other times. If she's at school all day running around, by the time she get home, she's going to be tired, so let her use her wheelchair as much as she can to conserve her energy or whatever. Anyway, so they had that and whatnot. Corey also brings up how, next year he will have 3 weeks worth of vacay time or whatever, and he currently only has 2 weeks vacay time, so the next year he can attend more appointments. I think people forget he has a kid with his wife or whatever, and who knows what other things he has to take time off work. 14 days off work out of 365 days is not a lot. So while Jeremy might say, well, it's only 2 appointments a year, yes, but they have other things going on all year. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the thing to get. Again, he is not as free as Leah. And if she has appointments that's in town, he may need to come to. This is the one appointment she has that's out of town. Okay, so I digress. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? They both bring up after the appointment that, you know what I'm saying, they have really worked very hard over the years to grow up, to co-parent, to communicate better, and they want to be an example of other people on how to co-parent. I do feel like out of all the parents on Team Mom, that Leah and Corey, I'm thinking I'm talking to make sure I'm thinking the same thing. Leah and Corey has the best co-parenting relationship. Not saying it's perfect at all, but they tend to put the bullshit aside for the most part now for the betterment of their children, and I think that's what matters. Okay, we then have Kale. Okay, Kale is on her way to drop off all her kids to their separate daddies. Okay, so Chris has Lux, okay, who I may say, by the way, recently in the news, she was pissed off because Chris cut Lux's hair without first asking her. And he was like, you know what I'm saying, first of all, he's my goddamn son too. If I want to cut a couple inches off my son's hair, I can do that. Girl, it's when you co-parent, one person don't have more say so than the other. And I remember Kale went through the same thing with Isaac and Joe. She was upset that Joe wanted to make the decision to cut Isaac's hair. I do feel like sometimes, like if you have a daughter, you just assume the mom will make the hair decisions. But sometimes with boys, the dad be the one to want to say, hey, son needs a haircut or whatnot. I don't think either parent should ever cut a child hair without talking to the other parent. But I also feel like no one needs permission to do that. So that was in the blogs today. Anyway, back to Kale. Okay, so Chris got they kid Lux. She dropping Lincoln off to Javi, and her and Javi did not speak to one another. I don't know if they spoke off camera or they spoke in the camera, just did not show it. But I'm like, they just do not get along that much. And I seen people on Twitter saying, well, Javi didn't speak to Isaac. Isaac was asleep. Both kids were actually asleep in the car. He woke Isaac up to get him out the car. So, he got Isaac up, he got Lincoln or whatever. So as they're driving to drop off Isaac to Joe, he tells her, like, I don't really want to go to my dad's house. She's like, well, why not? I don't want to. Like, saying? He's always working. He doesn't plan fun stuff for us to do. Saying? He doesn't have special things for us to do with us. So I just kind of, it's always the same stuff. And then he goes to work. And then Kale does say to him, you're lucky to have a father or to have another parent who wants to be in your life, because some people grow up and they don't have that, because she didn't. Okay, because she didn't. And I'm sure she may know other single moms or whatever, whose child father who may not be around like at least 2 to 3 of her baby days or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So she did tell him, you should appreciate that he wants to spend time with you and he loves you. And he said, like, I know he loves me and he cared for me, but I just, it ain't fun over there. And so, but she still makes him go. Okay, I love you. And he looks sad going, I'm like, he's fucking 8. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whatever. She then calls her friend, tell her friend about it. And then, she's like, I'm going to start writing down each time he tell me he don't want to go and the reason he gives me, just in case. And said we have to go to court, basically. She brings up how Joe will be the first one to say how it must be because Kale has more money or whatever. And, that ain't the truth. And I don't want to force my son to go over there. I don't want my son being miserable. Okay. And I'm like, Kale is a great mom. I can't say she isn't. However, Kale is difficult. Kale is the difficult baby mama, okay? And it's because she has 3 baby daddies, okay? So she has to deal with 3 different people where they only have to deal with her. It says something about you if you have issues with each different baby daddy versus, you having one baby daddy who has 4 baby mamas and each baby mama has an issue with that one person. 3 men have an issue with you. So, it's not just them. Okay, it's you too. And I feel like for her not to understand that she's the fun parent. She doesn't have to go to work. She is at home most of the time. They take trips most of the time. Her house is more fun most of the time. Okay, at Joe's house, Joe is the quintessential regular parent, meaning Joe has to leave and go to work. Joe's house is probably more structured because they gotta go to bed, go to work in the morning. So it's just different over there. And of course, Joe probably can't plan these elaborate trips and hanging out and this and that because, again, he's not making the money that Kale is making. So even though she wants to say, Joe will make it about my money, and that's not it. You have access to things that Joe does not. Minus how much money you have, but by who you are. You are still Kale from Teen Moms. You still get things offered to you to do for free. Okay, you know that because we see the people on these shows who are influencers who have companies and brands sending them shit to sponsor for them. So you can't make it seem as if your house isn't more fun to your 8-year-old son when at one point y'all took trips to Hawaii and wherever else for fun. Okay, even something as simple as, you ain't cooking, y'all having pizza is fun. Kids don't want home cooked meals. They want motherfucking tacos and fucking chicken nuggets and pizza. Okay, so for Kale to not understand in Isaac's 8-year-old head, mom who's always home and we eating snacks here and there, whatever, we can go here and there, whatever, and it's just more because mom's here, we having fun. That's fun to an 8-year-old. If you had a job as Javi did, it would not be as fun at your house because you would have more structure. You know what I'm saying? You would not be as free to go wherever else you can go. So I feel like for her to not think about that, it means you're stupid. Great mom, but sometimes you're stupid. Okay, and again, Isaac's the oldest, so he just doesn't get that yet. I think again, it's a good thing that she explained to him, like, your dad loves you. It's, you have to, cherish, that he wants you to be there. But to then call and kind of, piss a bitch to a friend when you should have had a conversation with Joe to explain to him, this is how Isaac feels. He feels like he just wants you to plan more special things. Special things can be plan us to go bowling, plan us to go to the zoo. It can be anything, but to make it seem as if I can't tell him that because he'll feel attacked. It depends on how you talk to him. Kale, grow up when it comes to your kids' fathers. You have 3 baby daddies, okay? And let's hope you don't get no more. You do not need a 4th baby daddy or a 5th kid. You don't need that. So, girl, please just stop. Anyway, she later on says how she decided that Isaac is old enough to decide if he wants to stay at her house more or at his dad's house more. And so she went and she did it to Joe. And Joe said, no, he isn't. He's only 8. He's almost not. He's only 8 years old, and he is not old enough to make that decision. And he's not, because I guarantee you, okay, that if he said, Mama, I want to be at Daddy house 80% of the time, I don't want to be with you as much, she would flip a whole switch into a bitch. So I feel like she says things because it's her. She wouldn't feel that way if it was him. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, well, Isaac will be old enough to say that he don't want to be with you. You wouldn't feel that way. You're not letting your son be miserable. You're letting him know that he has to spend time with other parent. Joe's a great dad, unless he don't want to go over there because Joe or V is abusive or is something bad going on in their household. There's no reason for him not to go spend time with his parent when y'all have 50-50 custody. And then the thing about that too is he's at his dad's house at the same time his siblings are at their dad's house. But that's what happens when you have kids by multiple men. No judgment, because women have kids by multiple men, and it's fine. But you can't then want to make it seem as if, oh, I can't, I don't want to force myself. Girl, grow the fuck up. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. Anyway, we then have Jade. Okay, Jade, to me, I feel like Jade is always there, but not there mentally. Like, there's always something in her head, her eyes, that makes me feel like she's not fully present in the moment because she's trying to figure some shit out that may go wrong later. Okay, but I digress. So her and Sean still beefing from the baby's party. So he not around to be a babysitter. And so she's, of course, on full mommy duty. Okay, she's also in cosmetology school, trying to get her license. She's been in school for a year, I believe she said, and she still, says it's hard because, again, you have to have so many hours clocked in to also get your license. And because she's a single parent, she can't clock as many hours, for that, because, again, Sean is not reliable. Her mom was very reliable. Get your good babysitter, good daycare, so that you're not dependent on people who are not consistently in your life. They are part-time people. Her mom is part-time people, and so is her baby daddy. It is what it is. And until she gets that, she gonna keep falling short. Okay, but I digress or whatever. So she then has Sean come over to chit chat, because I just need help with you helping me with the baby, because I need more time to study for my test, to get my license, and to do hours in school and whatnot. And you get mad and you leave or whatever. We be fussing this and that and whatever. But I need you to be here, there, or whatever. They both say how they need to communicate better. I'm like, look, Sean is not good for her. Sean don't have his own shit together. Sean is like a bum who owns a PlayStation. That's what it is. And until she stops allowing him to be her part-time babysitter, part-time baby daddy, part-time whatever, he gonna keep being a bum. Because that's just what he know to be, a bum or whatever. So, again, they both agreed to be on the same page more, to stop fighting so much or whatever, and to communicate better. I wish that for them. It won't really happen, but again, Jade will, in about 4 years, Jade will probably fully come into fruition and realize, I need to stop fucking with Sean. And by then, the baby will be old enough to not need daycare, and it should be fine. Okay, so now they back. Well, he back in the house. I don't know if they're back as a couple, but she's letting him be back in the house because again, she needs help with Chloe. And then, you know what I'm saying, she brings up how she's willing to allow him to be there if it's for the betterness. Is that a word? Betterness? I made it up. I don't know. Of their family. You know, if it's going to build their family bond, you know what I'm saying, for her daughter to see her parents together or whatever, she's willing to take a chance to keep trying to fix it, you know what I'm saying, until it can't be fixed. Okay? Keep using that glue because Humpty Dumpty, you know, he fell a few times. So that they kept putting glue to put him back together, but he still was cracked. Okay, anyway, we do see she goes and takes her test and she passed her test and she is going to be a licensed cosmetologist, but she still has to finish her hours, and once she does that, she'll then be fully licensed. I just want her to like fully grow into herself, and I don't know how it's going to happen. Lastly, Briana. I'm a clown. She is still a clown. Okay, all up and through. So she did the walk of shame back home after she fucked Lewis. Yep, she left the club with Lewis, had sex with Lewis, stayed the night at Lewis's house, and then came home the following day. Okay, and I'm like, you know, who stays out getting some deadbeat baby daddy dick? I'm like, who wants deadbeat baby daddy dick? No one should, girl. No, not today. Not today. So she's like, why? It was her mom, her sister. Why did I have sex with him? I'm like, why are you having a conversation with your mama and your sister about who you fucked last night? And not only who you fucked, your deadbeat baby daddy, who has still not seen his daughter. How did he see your cooch again before seeing your child? Girl, I'm a clown. That's why. Anyway, you know, it's like I was talking to him or whatever, and then one thing led to the other. We got in his car, and no, you were talking to him, told him to call an Uber, and you on your own walked to the car. She was not drunk at all. She may have been this tipsy, but that was it, girl. Bye. Then they sitting there laughing about him because we was sitting there, whatever. He was he was sitting, you know, crisscross applesauce, naked, crying to me. And the sister said, "Oh, he was bald head in his big belly." I'm looking like, first of all, your sister like his bald head, big belly ass. I'm like, you can't talk about him as if he's the fool. This is the fool right here, the clown, the fool of it all or whatnot. I'm like, I just could not, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, when 3 adults sitting in that little ass apartment joking about him, Lewis been the clown, but your sister fucked him again. Okay, that's the clown shit. You can't clown a dude who's a deadbeat for fucking his baby mama. You can clown the baby mama for fucking the deadbeat baby daddy. Okay, and this is the clown of the night. Okay, and now she gotta go get tested to see what cooch disease he done gave her. Okay, girl, I cannot. So she meets with her friend or whatever and tells, like, I don't know why I fell with him. Because you wanted to. That's what it is or whatever. Oh, and he messaged me. He sent me 2 DMs. He FaceTimed Stella. So he's trying, you know. He's trying. Girl, I don't want to be sure his motives are for our daughter and not to just have sex with me. Let's hope that your motives is for your daughter and not to get that deadbeat baby daddy dick. Okay, I can't. She then goes and meets up with Lewis for dinner in a goddamn freakum dress. Okay, that is a freakum dress if I have ever seen or heard of one. This is not what you wear to meet with your deadbeat baby daddy who still has not seen your daughter. Okay, let's say that. Girl, it's just dumb. It's dumb. It's DD. Anyway, so she meets up with Lewis. So I feel like it's like, you know, please just don't ask me for child support. I don't have it. Like, I hope she does not ask me for child support. Is what this look was giving me. But I digress or whatever. So they chit chat. It's all awkward and shit. She keep laughing because she wants some more dick. And he, you know, was like, so what's going on? You know, girl, it's just dumb. You know, so he brings up, why did you, you know, DM me? Like, why you not reaching out for Stella? Bitch, ain't that what you want? I mean, don't use your coach to do it, but isn't that what you wanted? But I digress. He said, look, it was just less tension between us. And I felt like, let me try and do something different. You know what I'm saying? It was less angeriness spewing from your cooch, you know what I'm saying, now she has a dick. And so I felt like, let me try and call and reach out, and it worked. Okay. Anyway, he said, did you want to have sex, Lewis? Did you like the sex, Lewis? He's like, what? I just felt like, we needed to have a conversation, okay? And the sex helped us end up having that conversation. I'm looking like, girl, nasty cool type, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that she's asking him and smiling like, did you like it? Did you want us to have sex? No, you wanted the dick. You wanted the dick. So you went there in the first place or whatnot. Okay. Now he kind of avoids answering those questions and whatever. But he do say, you know what I'm saying, well, you've been a good mom to Stella. I cannot, lie about that. Like, I really appreciate you, really being in her life and like being a mom. I mean, she don't have no choice. I mean, she do, because we do know there are also baby moms. But again, girl, I don't know. She then goes to how her ex was in her kid's life or whatever. And so if you're gonna do this, then do this and don't leave our daughter. I'm like, why is she crying? What's going on, girl? The fact that she's really trying to wiggle her way into a relationship with Lewis. That's what's happening here. She wants to be with him. She wants to be with him, okay? She wants big belly, bald head, deadbeat dick, deadbeat baby daddy dick ass Lewis. That's what she wants. And she's trying to make it seem as if, not saying that she doesn't want the best for their daughter, but she also wants the dick, okay? And he agreed, like, I got you. Girl, you got the clap. Anyway, that was the whole recap of the episode. I'm done. Peace.